Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. So we are here from group 9. My name is Bahraini Dinar Asyifak with the last three student number 005.
And my name is Rijal with last number 054.
And my name is Nafilah Sofie Maulidya with the last number 035.
And my name is 0537.
So here we are going to present our presentation with the material lexical semantics. Enjoy.
Semantics definition. The study of the meaning of linguistic expressions such as words, phrase, clause, and sentence. Division number 2 is the meaning of expressions from the context in which these addresses are produced and from various characteristics of the sender or recipient of the message. Semantic discuss. Lexical semantics definition deals with the meaning of word. We can imagine that in each person's brain there is a lexicon or dictionary containing the definition of all the words that a person knows. When a person hears an utterance, that person quickly scans the mental lexicon for the meaning of those words and then interprets them. Lexical semantic types differ. Some words have a actual concrete item or concept, idea, action, or state of being. Example, what's out of for the dog? It means this dog.
So the second types of lexical semantic is sense. So first sense is concept mental representation. The example here, watch out for the dog. In this particular sentence, the referent for dog is the concept of typical dog. So let's see the image right here. More dogs, and then more assorted dogs. The mental image that a typical English speaker has in mind when the word dog is spoken again is called the referent, and a particular canine right here is the definition of the referential meaning. Words can also refer to such prefigurated things. And then next, sense also allows us to understand words that have no concrete referent. So, for example, here, there are abstract concepts such as love and justice. They do not have concrete reference. However, they are meaningful to English speakers because we understand their sense, which is an additional meaning beyond referential meaning. We may debate their fine points, but we all have a feeling that we know what they mean. They can draw up a mental image in the mind of the typical English speaker. English speakers understand the meaning of these abstract terms just as they understand terms with concrete reference. Sense also allows us to understand the distinction between two phrases that have the same concrete reference. For example, here, when we hear about Dr. John is our president, in this particular sentence, both the phrase Dr. John and the president refer to the same person, this guy right here. Therefore, they have the same concrete referent, but the sense of each phrase is different. It is not like saying Dr. John is Dr. John or our president is our president. Sentences like this also illustrate another distinction in semantics which occurs between reference and meaning. While both of the phrases above have the same referent, they do not have the same meaning.
Secondly, there are words that don't have a reference, but instead express relationship of or characteristic. As the following sentences is, he is the teacher of the class. He, teacher, and class have a concrete reference, but what about is, the, and of? Is, the, and of there are words that have no reference and conjure up no mental image, their meaning, or rather their usage, but it tells us about the relationship of one word to another. And additionally, what the meaning of word he. The personal pronouns such as I, you, he, she, it, and they have a concrete reference when they are used in a sentence, but Those references are shifting references, which are different for each speaker and each sentence. For example, when you read the sentence is "Are you taking math with Mr. Stein?" He is the teacher of the class. We can conclude that the word he is referred to teacher. For example, this picture only refer to teacher or this image. The word he also can refer a boy and a man. And then we're gonna talking about semantic properties. Semantic properties are the elements of meaning that make up the mental image of the word in the mind of the speaker. In a previous discussion, we're talking about man and boy. Man and boy in pronouns can use he. And in the semantic properties, the pronouns he is a common properties. And to make it clear what about man and boy it is, we use analyze. For example, man and boy. Man it called positively to adult and boy not. And they both are positive for male and they both positive for human. Uh, yes. And then we're gonna talking about words that have shared semantic properties. What is the semantic properties about word tree? It has a tall, trunk, and long leaf. And words that share semantic properties can be considered a semantic domain. For example, domain of tree. It such as palm, pine, bark, ash, maple, and oak tree. And we use a distinctive feature analyze to breaking domain into a component part like this. And the function of distinctive feature analyze to make clear about what is a palm tree between the oak tree.
In here is markedness in semantics. The concept that some members of semantic domain are more common or usual than others. Common as less marked and uncommon marked. For example, it's tree, like the picture. Common like smart. For second example is lion, is like the picture. Common like smart. We cannot say this lion, male lion or female lion. Markedness gives us an idea of how the native speakers of language think about their word. Since deciduous shade trees are the most common type of tree in England and North America, it is the kind of tree designed by the unmarked word tree. Among the Tiwi, a native Australian ethnic group, the northern cypress pine or Australian blue cypress is so abundant in their traditional homeland and so important in their everyday life that their word for it is not only the unmarked word for tree, but also the unmarked word for plant. Like the example, male lion, female lioness, male princess, actor, and actress. Distinctions among terms. In the domain of trees, there are trees with broad leaves, needles, or fruit, but there are also fruit trees and flowering trees. Trees with brown bark and those with white bark, those with medicinal properties and those with other useful materials, or like maple sap. Furthermore, these trees can be broken down into categories that are recognized by scientists as species and subspecies. Notice as you read the chart in figure 6 until 2 from top to the bottom. The term becomes more marked the further down you go. The most marked term is the scientific name, which only refers to one species or subspecies. Another example of markedness within a domain is like this mind map. In the domain of color, the most common, most unmarked colors are black, white, and the primary colors like red, blue, and yellow. But there are also the secondary colors like green, orange, and purple. And there are many shades of these colors like powder blue, mint green, or hot pink. The more specific terms are the more marked terms. In fact, we can, as shown in figure 6 until 3.
Our explanation about lexical semantics. If you have any question, you can drop down on the discussion forum. Thank you. That's all from us. And
Bye-bye.
bye.
Bye-bye.